Hello friends, Master Sommelier Peter Neptune here with another episode of my YouTube channel. Welcome, 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 as John Oliver likes to say on last week tonight with John Oliver. Love that dude. Shout out to John Oliver, maybe he's a wine lover. Well, I have so many requests to go back to Trader Joe's and do another tasting. That was a very, very popular episode that I did about a week ago. So I thought I'd go to Trader Joe's and look at a couple wines that you might walk by because you don't know what they are. And in general, you get some pretty good wine for the price. So we will see. What I have up here is the Foncastle Picpoul de Pinet. This is an appellation in Provence, in the Languedoc, actually, in southern France. And this great Picpoul, you're going to love this. It literally means stings the lips because of its high acidity. And the fact that you have a grape that can retain high acidity in warm weather in the south of France is pretty incredible. It's all long been known. I'm a big fan of Picpoul de Pinet. It's a great shellfish, ceviche, seafood wine. So we'll see how this one looks. And then I've got a Gavi. You might walk by this just not knowing what it is. So we'll talk about that. And then I've got this Poggio al Cassone. This is a Cassone Toscana. It's a Tuscan red, and it's a legit producer outside of Pisa in Tuscany. And the wine, is really only available at Trader Joe's in the United States, but elsewhere, in England, it retails for, 25 pounds. So the fact that you have it at Trader Joe's for $10.99, well, we got to check it out, right? Okay, Picpoul de Pinet. So this is the Foncastle Picpoul de Pinet 2023 current vintage. And we get a really beautiful, bright lemon green, pale lemon green with a watery rim. And on the nose is what I would expect from Picpoul, which is apples and lime. You get this really bright, it's like fresh apple juice, just squeezed into the glass with a touch of lime thrown in there. It's simple wine, but it's like, the aromas and flavors are very pure. So you get this kind of apple, green apple, lime, lemon, hints of blossom over the top. And really a sense of kind of oyster shell minerality. So it's almost like a Chablis of the South, right? On the palate. Acidity high. Dry. High acid. Very pleasant. It stings the lip a little, which I love. I love that. My mouth is just lip-smacking, mouth-watering wine here. Alcohol's medium, body is medium, intensity medium. And it's just really pure apple, green apple, lime, lemon, a little bit of floral blossom, a lot of underlying mineral character, and the finish is medium plus. I can highly recommend the wine. I love it. It's just so delicious. You can find Picpoul de Pinet's. The fact it's at Trader Joe's, bravo to them. You can find it at any fine wine shop. Not a supermarket usually, but a fine wine shop. And they're usually, this is $8.99. So I can highly recommend this wine. You can usually find them for, $8.99, $9.99, maybe $12.99 tops. But it's a really good wine to know about, especially if you love shellfish like I do. Like I said, sushi, this would be great. Sashimi, ceviche, and then, scallops on the grill with a little bit of lime juice sprinkled on top. You're just in heaven. This is a really, really nice little bottle of wine, $8.99. Next up, this is the Rosa dell'Olmo Gavi. Gavi's a DOCG in Italy. So Denominazione di Origine Controllata e Garantita. Ostensibly, just a higher level of appellation with a little bit more strict tasting panel requirements and things like that. Gavi is in Piemonte. It's in Piedmont, in the southwestern Piemonte, not far from the coast of the Ligurian Sea, and it has a beautiful marl soil. So marl soils are kind of a combination of clay and limestone. We find them in Chablis, we find them in parts of Burgundy, we find them in many parts of Italy. It's a really good vineyard soil, imparts a lot of minerality to the wine. And Gavi by law has to be made from one grape and one grape only, and it's not called Gavi, it's called Cortese. And this is an example of a wine in Italy being named by the place that it's from. There's a huge, beautiful castle in Gavi that I visited. It's just great. And the grape isn't anywhere on the label, right? But it's the Cortese grape, and it must be. I've always called Gavi the Chablis of Italy because it's usually very, very Chardonnay-like without the wood. So let's see if what I think we're going to get is what we get. Pale lemon. Youthful. And these guys, again, this producer, Rosa del Olmo, is a legit producer in Piemonte. They make a Barbera, they make, I believe, a Barolo and a Barbaresco. They might even make a Dolcetto. So, on the nose, very, very pure aromas of lemon, like lemon, Meyer lemon, golden delicious apple. There's a beautiful floral character like lemon blossom and apple blossom. There's some nice hints over the top of almost like night jasmine. There's a little hint here on the nose of just a hint of mineral character, a hint of whetstone, and there's definitely a Lisi character, meaning I smell cheese rind and a little bit of bread dough. So smells a lot like unoaked Chardonnay, right? On the palate. Dry, bone dry, acid, medium plus, alcohol medium, body medium, intensity medium plus because of the acid driven by the acidity here. And the finish is, medium plus with really nice textured mineral and this kind of Lisi cheese rind texture to it. The palate shows the flavors. We have the golden apple, a little bit of pear now, lemon, Meyer lemon, that real mineral character. There's a little hint of lime oil in the background, and that blossom, apple blossom, peach blossom or lemon blossom up at the top there. I like the wine a lot. It's definitely good. It is $9.99 at Trader Joe's, and here again, shellfish, but now you're looking at fillet of sole, trout, whitefish, just a little bit more elegant character here that would go well with, light white fish dishes and things like that. I can recommend the wine. It's right there on the shelf. Don't walk by it. Now you know what it is. Last wine is this Cassone Toscana. It's $10.99, and so it's right there in that price range. This is 80% Sangiovese and 20% Syrah. I looked it up. They aged for 12 months in French oak barrique and another 12 months in bottle before release. But this is a 2017, so this is clearly had some bottle aging, and nothing in the Trader Joe's shelf talker told me anything about the wine. So it'd be easy to walk by this wine not knowing what it is. So let's see if I can recommend it or not. This is a medium ruby color. Very pleasant nose, medium plus intensity, definitely developing. It's got some bottle age on it. So we get everything I expect from Sangiovese. We get cherry and indeed sour cherry. There's black raspberry. There's a hint of red currant. You get that kind of balsamic character that I often get with Italian red wines, and I don't mean that it's got volatile acidity or anything like that. But there's also this really nice orange peel, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of clove, and there's a note of tea. And for me, Sangiovese often gives me what I call orange pico and pico tea. Constant comment is my marker. Loose leaf constant comment with those little orange peels in there. Well, it's like, oh my God, it smells like Sangiovese. So there's a clue for you blind tasters out there. A little bit of development here, a little bit of hay and a little bit of like spun clay pot or damp sawdust on the cellar floor as we're walking through Poggio al Cassone barrel tasting with the winemaker. On the palate. Dry. Acidity medium plus, tannin medium plus, very chewy, mouth filling. This wouldn't hurt from a 1 hour decant ahead of time, but really chewy, mouth filling tannin, not unpleasant, but it really coats the mouth. I get some of that peppery Syrah character in the background here and a little bit of darker fruit on the palate. So alcohol seems high, and body is full, length is definitely long. And on the palate, we get an interesting combination of kind of sour cherry and blackberry with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of clove, a little bit of a meaty character, just a hint. But it all comes together and it's a very pleasant bottle of wine. This would be great with at $10.99. I mean, this is spaghetti and meatballs or whatever you're doing. This is a steak on the barbecue. This is, short ribs. This is beef ribs. This is anything that's got body and heft to it. I definitely can recommend it at $10.99. Give it a decant before you drink it for sure. And this will last in the cellar for another 10 years easily. These guys drink right away. So I can recommend all three wines. Foncastle Picpoul de Pinet, $8.99. Rosa dell'Olmo Gavi, $9.99. And Casone Toscano, $10.99. All currently available at Trader Joe's. So don't walk by them next time, buy them. Peter Neptune, Master Sommelier. I'll see you next episode.